When thinking about a financial future and creating a financial plan, there are some numbers you really need to know. So my question to you is, do you believe you know most of these personal finance numbers by heart? And what I've come to realize is that there are very few people that know these important financial numbers in their life. But no need to worry, because in this video, we're going to cover 9 of them so you can at least have an idea of your personal finance numbers. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So important financial number we're going to start with is your net worth. What is your net worth, you may ask? Your net worth is the total value of your assets minus your liabilities. Or to put it in simpler terms, it's what you own minus what you owe. Assets includes things like savings, investments, and properties, while liabilities encompass debts and other financial obligations. A positive net worth indicates financial health, while a negative net worth suggests that you owe more than you own. This is a number that you will want to go up over time, and monitoring your net worth helps assess your overall financial situations and track your financial progress over time. Now this number in all honesty may scare people because it may be negative. On the bright side, it could be positive, but do not let it bring fear to you or make you angry, because you need to know this number. It gives you a real picture of what it is. And like I stated earlier, don't feel discouraged if this number is not where you want it to be at. There are many people going through it, and Great Money Habits can fix this number, which I'd be happy to cover in another video. Another number that you seriously need to know is post-tax income. What money do you have coming in? And I know it may sound like a simple task for many people, but in all seriousness, you will be surprised at how many people are not even aware of this number. Listen guys, we need to pay close attention to that check stub to get a great idea on our monthly income. Now you may have an idea about this already of what you're bringing in, but have you ever sat down and taken time to study your check stub? In other words, do you know how much taxes from state, federal, or social security are coming out, or how much you have for insurance? I know for myself, I usually keep a close eye on this each and every week, and I suggest that you do the same. That way you can get a great idea of how much exact income you have coming in every time you get paid. The next number what we're going to cover is your monthly expenses. What is the money that you're sending out? We already have our income figured out, but we need to see what money are we dishing out every single month. Now your monthly expenses include 2 things, your fixed expenses and your average monthly variable expenses. Now, your fixed expenses are what you spend per month, and this is usually the exact same price. This can be your mortgage, car payments, or your rent. Your average monthly variable is the average amount you spend monthly that may fluctuate. This can be costs like utilities, groceries, going out, shopping, etc. And it honestly doesn't matter how much you spend on each on a monthly basis. It will vary, but the goal is to keep it similar. One month maybe you spend $200 on shopping, but spend $200 less going out. But the goal is to always keep it relatively close. If you're writing a budget every month, you should be good to go. A-okay. And you should have a good idea of what's going out versus not having one. You're stuck trying to figure out what you spend here or there. People, if you're not using a budget, I highly recommend you try to get in the habit of using one. The next personal finance number that you need to know is, what is your cushion? What is your discretionary income? Now, if you don't know what discretionary income is, it is the amount of money you or your household has left over, and after paying for all your monthly expenses, it's basically the money that can be allocated to fun spending, such as entertainment, dining out, travel. This is also money that should be in savings for emergencies or paying off some debt, and also investing every single month. Calculating discretionary income is crucial for budgeting. A way to do this is by setting up a budget sheet that we discussed earlier and seeing how much you have left of that on the sheet to determine what you need to use for fun and what you need to use for savings. This is one thing you should know. The next one is a big one that I think people should really know, and that is your credit score. Your credit score is an important figure creditors review to see if you're worthy of extending credit to or not. Basically, this figure represents how responsible you are with your money. For instance, paying bills on time. This score can range from 300 to 850. With that being said, it's very important that you know your credit score, because with a great credit score, you can get much better interest rates on loans. You get much better mortgage rates when you go buy a house, and that's if you can afford a house in this day and age. It's very crucial to know these numbers, because if you don't, those loan officers, mortgage brokers, most definitely car salesmen, they basically can take advantage of you and say that down payment is this, or your monthly payment is that, or your interest payment should be this. You want to have yourself equipped and show them that you know your stuff. And also, just to let you know, you have the right to request one free credit report every single year from each of your credit reporting agencies. You just got to go to annualcreditreport.com and review your results there. Another critical number you should know by heart are your debt balances and their rates. You should have a plan for each of your debts debts for payoff. A good rule of thumb is to pay your debts you're incurring the most interest on first. Make sure you pay attention to due dates and minimums. You do not want to incur any penalties or fees because you overlook this critical matter. Debt can be very stressful, but it isn't one of those things you can place out of sight, out of mind. It will compound and become unmanageable. Unmanageable debt will impact every part of your life, so start tackling head on. There are many ways to attack debt. There's a snowball effect, paying more on your minimum balances, or even means of refinancing to consolidate debt. Everyone needs to have an emergency fund to protect themselves against the what ifs in life. It could be for a loss of a job, medical expenses, unexpected expenses like the furnace needs to be replaced. For some, it can be 3 months of expenses. For others, it may be 12. Figure out what your goal is and get it set up. But make sure you don't use it for expenses like travel or housing projects. Create separate accounts for those. Ideally, you should begin your account with enough to cover at least one large expense. I recommend at least $250, but even starting the account with $50 is great. You're taking an important life-changing step to financial wellness, but keep building. You want your account to be equivalent to 6 months worth of expenses. What is your retirement number? Because if you don't know the amount you need to retire with, how can you really set a realistic and accurate financial goal? You can't. The number you find on your calculator might be daunting, but it will make goal creation and planning much easier. Also, it will help you determine which financial strategy is best for your situation. It's never too early to start saving for retirement. To calculate your retirement fund, estimate your desired annual retirement income, determine the number of years you'll be retired, and account for inflation. Use online calculators or consult a financial advisor for more accurate assessment based on your specific financial situations and goals. The goal is to be comfortable when you're done working. Well, my friends, that's all for today's video. Now, if you found value in this video, please be sure to show love by hitting that like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. But until the next video, I'm out.